My name is J.P. Coleman. I'm honored to be seen up here today as Chris's best man. I want to first thank the Keachman family for the wonderful rehearsal dinner last night, and the Scares, Berkingers, and the Keachman for this beautiful wedding we've had today. I first met Chris when we were in college. His older brother Tim was the house dad of our fraternity. Chris would stop by from time to time, and both in the construction program we had a lot in common, and we just chit-chat. A couple years after that, I graduated and moved to Naples. And one day after work, I stopped at Home Depot. And I was there, and I ran into Chris randomly. And he was buying something. He was remodeling his old cabin. 8 years later, I can honestly say he's one of my best friends. We hunt together, we fish together, we camp together, we even drink beer together. We share a lot of the same hobbies. Like I said, we have a lot in common. My wife gives me a hard time because I'm really into the outdoors. I buy almost everything you need for every outdoor sport there is. But the best thing about that is Chris is the same way about it. 2 years ago, I took him duck hunting for the first time. We went out one morning. We didn't even shoot a duck. That next weekend, which happened to be the last weekend of the season, he took Kelsey. I was out of town. He took my stuff. They took some morning kayaks out, and they shot 2 ducks. He was thrilled. That next season, which is only 6 months away, he's bought a fully equipped duck boat, waders, decoys, calls, and joined almost every waterfowl organization there is. Good hell of a season.
Didn't she shoot more than he did that one morning?
Yes. I remember. But not only is Chris a fun guy to hang out with, he's a true friend. He's there when you always need help. Now, with Chris being in the construction industry, I'm sure we have a lot of contractor types here. If you happen to be affiliated with the building department, just disregard this next part. As a young father, there's nothing worse than a stinky diaper. But I can assure you it's very humbling when you have to repair your own drain field and septic tank. It's one of those things you have to talk yourself into, and it's even harder as a friend to want to do it for your friend. And Chris is one of those guys. A couple years ago, my drain field went out, and I had to do some repairs. And Chris didn't hesitate to help me out there. A year later, Chris had to do his repairs, and I was there with him doing it. And I can assure you there's no pair of gloves or rubber boots that are going to keep you away from that. And he still smells. And then there's Kelsey. If I had to describe Kelsey, I would say she's the sweetest girl you'll ever meet in your entire life.
Amen.
Amen.
She's the type of person that when she comes to your house for a party, she'll walk around and say hi to every person in the room. And not only does she say hi, she genuinely wants to know how you're doing and what you've been up to. My wife and I have a young daughter, and we don't have any family in town, and every once in a while we just need a helping hand. Just 2 weeks ago, my wife got sick. I had to work late, and my wife called Kelsey, and she just came over to help. She fed our daughter, bathed her, put her to bed. My wife slept just to get some rest, and I was at work. And 2 weeks before a wedding, you have a lot more to do than help out with someone else. But she honestly didn't even think twice that she was there to help. And we really do appreciate that. To have someone like that in your life, it really means a lot. And not only is she a sweet, beautiful girl, she's also a tomboy. I think at times she likes to fish more than Chris. I hit on the duck hunting earlier, but last year for Christmas, Chris surprised Kelsey with a camouflage visor and a shotgun shell belt. And Christmas morning, we took her duck hunting. If I did that for my wife, yeah. But no, we really do appreciate it. You guys mean the most to us. I mean,
How many ducks did she get?
She got more than Chris.
What a crash.
But no, you guys mean the most to us. You're both our best friends. We couldn't pick a better couple to be here, and I really do appreciate being here today. And as we've been friends for so long now, and as I've observed you as a couple, I was thinking about something this weekend, and I wanted to give you both an advice topic or whatever, something to think about. And Kelsey, we all know, without his lack of smiling, but Chris has a hard time with emotion at times. And he might not always say he loves you, and he might not always do whatever, but he really does genuinely care about you. And he's always going to be there for you. And I know that him and I have talked before, and there's things that get you down, and he wants to maybe go a little overboard to protect you, and I have to scale him back, but he really does care. And Chris, the strongest, toughest guy I've ever met in my life, loves and respects his wife more than anything. Is not afraid to tell everybody that. And I think if you honestly both just keep those two things in mind as you argue, and it's going to happen as a couple. My wife and I do it at times too. Usually right, but if you keep those things in your heart, and you think about it, you step back and you just say, you know what, that's the way he is, that's the woman she is, that's who I married. And they really do care, but we're having a hard time explaining. I think they'll be all right. So we really do appreciate it. And like I said, we're excited to be here. So if everybody could raise their glass.
You got it.
To Chris and Kelsey, to love, friendship, and the great outdoors.